Hopkinton Hillers Fall Bruth baseball, and we are underway as that pitch is going to be hit foul. Count remains 0-2 on the first hitter of the day for Bellingham. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call as we get things started here. Set to deliver. And this is going to be hit in the air, left side. And that is going to be a foul ball. So a good battle here with the leadoff hitter for Bellingham as we're in the top of the first. A 6:30 start. They got things started a couple minutes early. On the mound for Hopkinton, that is number 9, Danny Whalen, as he delivers a strike. We'll try to get you some of the position players. These teams change it up every inning. This league's all about experience. And this Hopkinton team getting some great experience. They are 7-1 coming into this game. Bellingham is 4-2 on the season. That pitch is going to get through. Bit of a chilly night, but relatively calm wind-wise, which is a good thing. The kids certainly excited to be playing here at the Hopkinton High School turf field as that pitch just outside. Set to deliver is Whalen. And that's fouled away. Quite the battle we have at the plate. Full count pitch. So there is one out. They did get a fly out to start things off. And there's 2 outs. Going down by way of the K. That is Logan Gamble. Stepping up next to the plate, this is Mark Borelli. So it was Caden Voss who started things off for Bellingham, and he ended up popping out. And then you had Gamble come up and strike out. And now you have Borelli at the plate. Let's take you through the rest of the Bellingham batting order. Ephraim Benetich is hitting cleanup. Batting 5th is Jackson Gilman. Set to deliver. Just inside there. And then after Gilman, you got Andrew Hatley, followed up by Bobby Reevy. And then you have Ben Sines, Liam Peters, and Lucas Thompson to round out the Bellingham batting order. So we're in the top of the first, 2 outs. And a walk drawn there. So that'll put a runner on first with 2 outs. And now here comes Benetich to the plate. Let's take you through the Hopkinton defense. Danny Wayland is on the mound Behind home plate, his battery mate is Eli Marshall. More after this pitch. There's a strike. First base is Henry Bransfield. At second base, you have Vivon Patil. Shortstop, Dylan Nemi. Third base, Cam Nappy. And from left to right, Luke Cook, Frank Ricos, and in right field, Oliver Lombardi for Hopkinton. Set to deliver. That pitch outside, runner from first taking off, and the throw was a pretty good one, but the runner just able to get out in front of it. So runner on second with 2 outs for Bellingham. And now Benetich going to draw a walk. Well, it started off good. You like to get out of this inning clean. Now we got 2 runners on for Bellingham. And the pitch to Gilman outside. And it's Jackson Gilman at the plate. Another pitch inside there. It's been pretty fun following this Hopkinton Fall Babe Ruth team. They've been playing some great baseball. Hopkinton certainly has a bright future as that pitch low end inside. Set for the 2-0. There's a strike. Grabs the inner corner. That's actually going to make it a 3-1 count. These games are, they're scheduled for 7 innings, but there's a 2-hour limit. They will not start an inning past the 2-hour mark. So it's very rare that we've seen any of these games reach 7. It's typically 5 or 6. But we'll see what happens tonight. Nice breaking pitch right there. That is up the middle, throw to first, and they're going to get him. They'll get out of the inning, and we'll have Hopkinton coming up in the bottom of the first. A 1-3 ground out to retire the side. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Fall Babe Ruth Baseball on HCAM. Welcome back into the Hopkinton High School turf fields as we get ready for the bottom of the first. Hopkinton coming up to the plate after a scoreless top half of the first inning. And we're going to try to take you through the Hopkinton batting order. In this batting order, they have been hitting the ball very well. Hence their nice 7-1 record. Leading things off is going to be Vivant Patel. And then hitting second, you'll have Oliver Lombardi. Batting third, Dylan Nemi. Cleanup, Henry Bransfield. Batting fifth, the catcher, Eli Marshall, as the first hitter steps in. Batting sixth, Danny Whalen. Seventh, Luke Cook. Frank Ricos hitting eighth. And then hitting ninth, you have Rakit Valatis. Hitting 10th, Cameron Nappy. And then hitting 11th, you will have Colin Harahy. On the mound for Bellingham, this is Liam Peters. Set for the pitch. And it grabs the outer corner but gets away. Hitter going to run to first. Throw over, they'll get him. One down. Good effort trying to run it out. Now stepping to the plate is Oliver Lombardi. Strike on the first pitch. He winds and deals, and he gets a piece of this one. Little trickler up the right side, picked up by the first baseman, and they'll get the out. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the first. And now coming up, you got Dylan Nemi. First pitch of ball. Wind up and the pitch. Inside. Now coming up, we got Dylan Nemi. Set to deliver. That one just outside. 3-0 the count. Ooh, that was a nice looking pitch. That's a strike. But I don't blame him for holding the swing on a 3-0 count. If you get something like that again, though, you may want to consider swinging that bat. Leg lift and the pitch. And he is going to swing, and he's going to drive this one up the middle. Glove by the shortstop. Throw to first, and they'll get him for the third out of the inning. A good play by the shortstop. And 1, 2, 3 they go in the bottom of the first. We will head to the top of the second on HCAM. Welcome back. We are just about ready for the top of the second inning. A scoreless game. And so far, what has been a pitcher's duel between Hopkinton and Bellingham. And we'll have the first hitter of the inning step to the plate for Bellingham. And you can see he's wearing a sweatshirt. Certainly can't blame him. Relatively chilly night out there. Andrew Hatley is at the plate. It is the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. Hatley, Reevy, and Signs. Danny Whalen remains on the mound for Hopkinton. He is set for the 0-2. And that pitch just a little low. Here's the 1-2. And he got him. Nice strikeout there. One away. Coming up next, you have Bobby Revy. There's a strike. Grabs the outer corner. Wind up and the pitch. And this is going to be hit down the first base side and throw over. And it looks like the throw is a little off the mark. So we're going to call that a reach on an error. But that's going to put a runner on for Bellingham. Looks like maybe a little mishap by the second baseman trying to get the ball out of his glove. Their defense for the second inning for Hopkinton. Whalen, the pitcher. Marshall, the catcher. Bransfield at first. Patil at second. Nimi at short. Cam Nappy at third. Cook, Ricos, and Lombardi is your left to right in the outfield. Signs is at the plate. 1-0 count. That pitch outside. 2-0. Oh, I didn't even notice Revy took off for second base, so he's at second with one out. That one's going to get through. Is he going to advance? Yes, he is with ease. So runner on third now for Bellingham with one out. Set to deliver. And take your base, says the home plate umpire. That puts runners on first and third. And now, after the Ben Signs walk, you got Liam Peters at the plate. That pitch outside. Signs takes the easy steal to second. You obviously don't want to risk the throw there with that runner at third. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. Whalen with the leg lift and the pitch. And this is going to be hit up the right side, and that'll get through. And a run is going to come around to score, and he's going to keep on going as another run comes around to score. And that is a 2 RBI double. A good piece of hitting by Liam Peters. He drives in a pair of runs, and Bellingham leads it here in the top of the second. And this is Lucas Thompson at the plate. Runner slides back to second as the pitcher threatened to check. Wind up and the pitch. Ooh, that's going to get away. Runner from second will stay put. Set to deliver. Swing and a miss. A nice pitch there. 1-1 the count. He winds and deals. Look out. That gets away. Runner from second going to try it. Throw to third is off the mark. Slides in safely. Oh, did they get him? Oh, they're going to say they got him. Wow. Caught stealing. So we got a good distance away, but Peters gets caught stealing, and that is a humongous break for Hopkinton. What a great throw from the catcher. He'll certainly take it. Here's the 2-1. Outside. Correction, that was the 3-1. Now the walk is drawn. And that was the last man in the batting order for Bellingham, so we're going to go back to the top of the order. And Caden Voss stepping to the plate with a runner on first. There's a strike. Set to deliver. A little inside there. 1-1. That was the last man in the batting order for Bellingham, so we're going to go back to the top of the order. Wind up and the pitch. And that's fouled away. 1-2. Well, if you could get through the rest of this inning with no further harm, that would be a big plus for this Hopkinton team. He winds and deals just outside, and a check down over at first. Runner back just safe. Set for the pitch. Look out. Check down at first. Once again, a back pick attempt. Eli Marshall handling business from behind home plate. Catches a Bellingham runner stealing, and now he's got the solid back pick going. And that's a walk. So Voss draws the walk. Now that'll bring up Logan Gamble. 2 on, 2 outs, 2 runs in for Bellingham. Logan Gamble wants to add more. That pitch outside. Takes a look at second, a significant lead by the runner there. That pitch inside and gathered up by the catcher as it fell in front of him. Set to deliver. Ooh, that one got away, but the runners are going to stay put. I believe that was ball 3. Was indeed 3-0 count. That'll make it a walk and load the bases. So a dangerous situation here. Bases loaded. But fortunately, there is 2 outs. That pitch outside. Bases loaded. Mark Borelli at the plate. That pitch down low. Yeah, it looked like Danny Whalen was going relatively smooth for a while, but now having a little trouble finding that strike zone. There's a strike. 3-1 the count. Full count now. Swing and a miss, and he gets out of it. What a good job by Danny Whalen. You know, he had some struggles out there, walked 3 hitters in a row, but got out of it with no further harm. A nice job. And we are heading to the bottom of the second with the score 2-0. Bellingham leading on HCAM. Welcome back. We are ready for the bottom of the second as that pitch fouled away. At the plate is Henry Bransfield. Wind up and the pitch. Ooh, little high, I believe the umpire says there. 1-1. Remaining on the mound, Liam Peters. That one inside. Set to deliver. Look out. Walk drawn. So nice walk drawn there. At the plate now, this is Eli Marshall. So Bransfield on first, Marshall at the plate, and that's going to get away from the catcher and allow the runner to advance. And this is going to be ripped up the first base side. And the lead runner being waved around, and he's going to score. So the ball gets away there, and then the throw over to first gets away. And the Hillers are on the board. I mean, that's what it's all about. Just make contact. At the plate now, Danny Whalen. There's a strike. Oh, look out. That got behind him. That allows the runner from second to advance to third. So now you got no outs and a runner on third. 2-1 count on Whalen. And he takes that one for a strike. That pitch was dancing a little bit. 2-2 the count. Set to deliver. Swing and a miss, and he got him a big out there. One away. Sorry, folks. Had to step away from the microphone for a minute. That was Luke Cook grounding it up the middle. He got thrown out at first, but that's okay because the runner from third comes around and scores. And we are knotted at 2 apiece. At the plate now, this is Frankie Rico's. Take that one outside. Wind up and the pitch. Just outside. Bases are clear for Hopkinton. 2 outs in the inning. There's a strike, 2-1. Wind up and the pitch. Fouled away, 2-2. Peters set to deliver. Inside, walk drawn. So that'll put a runner on for Hopkinton. Now stepping in, here's Veladis. Yeah, check in at first. Runner back safe. Rakit Veladis at the plate. Cam Nappy due up next. That pitch outside. Takes a look at first and is set to deliver. Breaking pitch up high, 2-0. That one outside, 3-0. Runner remains on first for Hopkinton. There's a strike. 3-1 count now. Pitcher takes a look at first and is set to deal. Up high. And the throwdown doesn't matter. It was a walk anyway. Runners on first and second. Now you got Cam Nappy coming to the plate. A chance to keep this inning moving. Swing and a miss. Kind of reached for that one. Peters looks at second and deals. There's strike 2. Grabs the outer corner. And we had time call to put the second base bag back in place. And strike 3 goes down swinging. And that is out number 2. No, that was out number 3. Okay. A little confusion out there on the field as well. So that'll wrap up the second inning. The good news is Hopkinton ties things up It's a 2-2 game as we head to the top of the third on HCAM. This program is brought to you in part by TVLSports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at TVLSports.net. TVLSports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school. Top of the third inning. A 2-2 game. Danny Whalen still out there on the hill for Hopkinton. And right now he is facing Benetich. That's Ephraim Benetich. Whalen has pitched well so far. 1-1 count here. Actually, the last pitch made it 2-1. Wind up and the pitch. Just outside, says the home plate umpire. 3-1. Leg lift and the pitch. And the walk drawn. Well, Danny Whalen's up to 62 pitches, so you wonder what the leash will be. Coming up next is going to be Gilman. It's Jackson Gilman. Wind up and the pitch. And that one's going to get away. Runner from first is going to advance to second with ease. it's now a runner on second with no outs. And it's becoming a relatively chilly night out there. So if you're coming down to the game, be sure to bundle up, folks. Due up after Gilman is Hatley. And that one's going to get away. Walk drawn. Runner at second stays put. Wind up in the pitch. And he gets a piece of this one up the middle. Picked up. Oh, bobbled by the shortstop. Throw to first. And I believe he got the out at first. They could have doubled him up there if he didn't have that little bobble. But a good thing he was at least able to get the out at first. A good recovery by the shortstop. So runners on second and third, one away. And this one is a little trickler back to the pitcher. He drops it, and then he can't find it. And everybody's going to be safe, plus a run's going to score. So now it's runners on first and third, and Bellingham has reclaimed the lead. Swing and a miss. This is Signs at the plate. Runners on second and third. You got Revy at second, Gilman at third. And that one is going to get away. Might another run score? Yes, it will. And the runner at second advances to third. It's now a two-run Bellingham lead. Set to deliver to Signs. And that gets away. Here comes another run. And he'll score as well. So a little bit of a couple wild pitches there from Whalen. And that's allowing Bellingham to get runs across. They now lead it 5-2. And still Signs at the plate, 3-1 the count. He was able to clear the bases without even hitting the ball. There's a strike, full count. Well, you want to try to get out of this inning here. Still only one out. A strike here would be very nice. And they will call that strike three, 2 away. It's a nice, well-needed strikeout there. Wind starting to pick up a tad here at the fields. As Danny Whalen set to face this hitter up the middle, slow roller, and it's going to trickle into shallow right field. And that is going to put a runner on first with 2 outs. So you could credit that base hit to Peters. Runner taking off from first. He'll steal second with ease. William Peters able to get the run across. Actually, correction there. That was Signs who got that run across. And this is going to be hit up the right side. Throw to first and a good play. And that was a nice job by the right fielder, Cam Nappy, having the back of the first baseman trying to get the ball there, but actually it looks like he was not in time. But he almost got him. That pitch outside. Line up and the pitch. Fouled away. So you got Peters on second now. Signs on third. One out in the inning. Set to deliver. And that's foul. A little multitasking for me, folks. Running the camera and bringing you the broadcast. Hope you're enjoying the view from what hopefully is a nice warm home, as it's a bit chilly here tonight. Swing and a miss. And there's out number 2. Or make that out number 3. So that was indeed out number 3. And we will head to the bottom of the third. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Babe Ruth Fall Baseball on HCAM. Bottom of the third inning, Liam Peters on the hill for Bellingham. At the plate for Hopkinton, that is Colin Harrahy. There's a strike. And look out. 1-2 the count. We'll be back to the top of the order for Hopkinton after this hitter. 5-2 Bellingham lead. Look out. Two and two. Set to deliver. There's a strike. Got him looking. One away. Now here comes Ivan Patil to the plate. That pitch outside. Peters remains on the mound, his third inning of work. He has pitched well for Bellingham. Leg lift and the pitch. Up high. Set to deliver. There's a strike. Two and one. Hit in the air, foul out of play. 2-2. Set to deliver. There's strike three. Got him. Two away. Nice breaking ball there. That'll bring up Oliver Lombardi. Swing and a miss. There's a strike, 0-2. Yeah, anything close to the edge, the umpire's calling it. And this is going to be hit up the middle, and the pitcher going to run it out, and he will step on the bag to get out number 3 of the bottom of the third. A quick 1-2-3 inning, and we are heading to the top of the fourth on HCAM. Welcome back. We are just about ready for the top of the fourth inning. New pitcher for Hopkinton, Colin Hara. He takes the mound. Second pitcher of the day for Hopkinton, as he hopes to settle down this Bellingham lineup. There's Voss at the plate. There's a strike to Caden Voss. Voss, Gamble, Borelli due up. And this is going to be popped up right side, and it's caught. A nice catch in foul territory by the first baseman. And they are able to get the out. Good catch there. That was nicely done by Oliver Lombardi, who's over at first base. Logan Gamble at the plate. Got a piece of that fouled off. Yeah, you can see some of these kids. It's a chilly night out there. They probably want to swing those bats a little more just to stay kind of warm. Here's the 1-1. Oh, you're not going to swing at that one. That hit him. He'll take first. Matt Borelli coming up to the plate. Correction, Mark Borelli. And he fouls that one away. 0-1. Set to deliver. And he's going to get a piece of this one, and that is going to drop into right field. And that'll put 2 on for Bellingham. A nice piece of hitting for Mark Borelli. Bellingham threatening once again, 1 out in the inning. Benitich at the plate. That's Efrain Benitich. Inside. Line up and the pitch outside. 2-0. Hopkinton played a road game last night, a makeup game from a rainout last week against, it was actually another Bellingham team. There's a couple of Bellingham teams in this league. Hopkinton ended up getting the 15-6 win on the road last night. So busy week for this Hopkinton team. After today, they'll next play Saturday, a walk draw on there. That'll load up the bases. Chance to make some big noise here. Gilman at the plate. Jackson Gilman. One out. Bases are loaded. Inside. That's going to make it a 2-0 count. Inside once again. Walk here would score a run. Down low, walk drawn, run comes around. 6-2 Bellingham. This is Hatley at the plate. He'll foul that one away. Andrew Hatley. Bases remain loaded. And he gets a piece of this one up the middle, grabbed by the shortstop, throw to second. They'll get the out at second. A run does score, however. So a 6-4 fielder's choice there. And that'll go down as a sacrifice RBI. That makes it a 7-2 game. Revy at the plate. Runner from first takes off, and he is safely aboard. This is Bobby Revy. It's runners on second and third now. And that is going to get away. Runners will stay put. Breaking pitch up high. Here's the 3-0. Big pitch here. There's a strike, 3-1. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. That'll fill up the count. Yeah, you want to get out of this inning with no further harm. And this is a little trickler up the middle. He'll run it out, tag the bag, and get the out. Nicely done. But Bellingham does plate a couple more. It is a 7-2 game as we head to the top of the fifth on HCAM. Excuse me, bottom of the fourth coming up next on HCAM. We are ready for the bottom of the fourth inning. Due up at the plate, Dylan Nemi, followed by Henry Bransfield and Eli Marshall. On the mound for Bellingham, Ephraim Benetich. So we'll see if Hopkinton can get their bats going here in the bottom of the fourth. And this is going to be popped up, foul out of play. Wind-up and the pitch, and that is foul out of play. 0-2 the count. Nemi 0 for 1 so far today. And he puts this one in the air, high in the air, and it's caught by the pitcher. One away. Here comes Henry Bransfield to the plate. And he'll foul that one off. 0-1 the count. Gets a piece of that one, but it's foul. We'll make it 0-2. Set to deliver. Another foul ball there. He winds and deals. Swing and a miss. There is out number 2. I'll bring up Eli Marshall, who is 1 for 1 on the day. Has also scored a run. Down in there for a strike. Puts this one in the air, and it is foul. 0-2. And this is going to be right up the middle. Will there be a throw? No. So he is aboard. Nice piece of hitting there. And Hopkinton has a base runner with 2 outs in the inning. Eli Marshall reaches. Now you got Danny Whalen at the plate as he fouls that one away. Coming up tomorrow afternoon on HCAM, we have Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Soccer as they welcome in Holliston. A 4 p.m. start to that game as this pitch is hit foul. 0-2. Should be a good TVL varsity battle right here on HCAM, 4 p.m. tomorrow, Hopkinton Holliston. Here's the 0-2 outside. Bentich, first inning of work, hasn't had a throw, too many pitches up to this point. Swing and a miss. And that is going to be all she wrote for the bottom of the fourth. We'll head to the top of the fifth. It's a 7-2 Bellingham lead on HCAM. Welcome back. We are ready for the top of the fifth inning. New pitcher on the hill for Hopkinton. Dylan Nemi out there to try to get the Hillers through the fifth. Stepping to the plate and taking a strike. That is, I believe it's Benetizio. It's Revy at the plate, swing and miss there. Wind up and the pitch. Look out. Little inside there. 1-2 is the count. That's fouled off. So you got Revy, Signs, and Peters due up for Bellingham. Ooh, that was close. A little low. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off. Good battle here. Popped foul. I think this is where when you want to try to blow them away with a fastball. Ooh, inside. That'll fill up the count. This pitch, it's all about just hit the strike zone here. And the walk is granted. And it was close, but a little low. There's a strike to Ben Signs. And strike two. Runner from first taking off. The throw kind of got away there. He's going to be safe. That was a good throw by the catcher. Nearly got him, but just a tad off the mark. Better be careful running on Eli Marshall. He's got quite a gun from home plate. Swing and a miss. There's an out. One away. Here's Peters at the plate, Liam Peters. And he tries to bunt that one, foul. Outside. Set to deliver. And this is going to be a little trickler up the right side, foul. So everybody will retreat. Wind up and the pitch. Oh, that hit him. Did he manage to get out of the way of that? It looks like he did. That was some Matrix type of stuff right there. That one nearly hits him inside. And this is going to be lined up the left side. That's going to get in for a hit. And another Bellingham run scores. A good piece of hitting by Signs. And Bellingham adds yet another run. A correction there on that last hitter. That was Thompson. I'm not sure if they switched up their batting order a little bit or what. Or they might have had a couple kids that needed to leave. But that was Thompson who drove in the run. So this is Voss, top of the order. And so he'll foul that one away. Yeah, it's a later game, so sometimes the kids will have to get home and get ready for tomorrow's school day. And we'll see if they play any more innings after this. Wind up in the pitch. Inside. Catcher threatens the throw down, but will hold on. It's runner on second. Correction, he's on third now. One out in the inning is Bellingham looking to add more. That one nearly got away. Good save behind home plate. There's a nice pitch for a strike. 2-2. Outside and walk drawn. I'm looking at the game changer for the stats here. So sometimes it's a little off. That was a 3-2 pitch. So now it's runners on first and third. We are filling from quite far away, but it does give you a nice view as Voss takes off for second. This is Gamble at the plate. There's a strike. A little low there, 1-1. Runners on second and third. One out. There's a strike. That'll even out the count at 2-2. Inside, full count. You really would like to get this hitter here. There's strike three. Nice pitch by Nemi. 2 outs now. Mark Borelli at the plate. There's a strike. Swing and a miss, strike two. Ooh, foul ball. Get a good piece of that, but just swung a little late there. And he's going to get a piece of this one, right side, and foul. Runners back to second and third. 0-2 the count. Up the middle he goes. Glove by the shortstop. Throw to first. They got him for the third out of the top of the fifth. Some good defense there. And we will head to the bottom of the fifth with Bellingham leading 8-2 on HCAM.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Massachusetts. This message presented by the MIAA and the Massachusetts Secondary Schools Athletic Directors Association.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Ephraim Benetich remains on the mound for Bellingham for his second inning of work. An 8-2 Bellingham lead. And due up for Hopkinton, it is Cook, Ricos, and Velatis. Cook, Ricos, and Velatis. Here's Cook now. Takes a strike. Lined up and the pitch. Look out. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Set to deliver. There's ball 3. The 3-1. That's fouled off. Full count. Fouled away. Count remains full. I think they're waiting for a new baseball. There we go. Big pitch coming up here. There's strike 3, 1 away. Grab the outer corner. And that'll bring up Frank Ricos. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Outside. 1-2 the count. Two and two. That pitch got away. Full count. Here's another big pitch. There's strike 3, 2 away. Depending on how many innings they're going to get in, this could be the final out of the game here as Raquel Veladez steps in. Up high. That one outside. Two and oh the count. Cam Nappy would step in if Veladez shall reach. 3-0. Outside. side, and the walk is granted. Here comes Cam Nappy to the plate. Good eye there. It gets away. Runner from first will advance with ease. So runner in scoring position for Hopkinton. Up high, 2-0. There's a strike. Inside, 3-1. And he trickles this one foul. Full count. Big pitch coming up here. There's strike 3 and out number 3. And let's see if the teams come out, or are we playing another inning here? Well, they're walking out there, so it looks like we're going to the 6th. So we will continue on. We are within the 2-hour window, but sometimes on a cold night like tonight, you might shorten it after an official game. But we move along to the 6th inning. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Babe Ruth Baseball on HCAM. All right, so we're ready for the top of the 6th. Benetich stepping in. Yeah, you thought maybe on a chilly night like tonight, once you got that official game, you might be satisfied, but they're going to play into the 6th. Of course, Hopkinton would be satisfied as they trail 8-2. Wind up and the pitch. Inside. Well, I'd imagine this will certainly be the last inning with that 2-hour rule. Swing and a miss there. Everybody got a piece of it. Benetich, Gilman, Hatley due up as Nemi tries to get through this inning. Up high. Look out. There's a walk. There's a strike to Gilman. Checking at first. We're back safe. That one got away. Runner from first advances. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. And runner from second taking off. He is aboard at third base. There's a ball, full count. Strike three, one away. It'll bring up Hatley to the plate. Andrew Hatley. Up high. And a little trickler up the left side. Picked up. Throw to first. Gets away. Run in. An errant throw there. It's now 9-2 Bellingham. There's a strike. in at the plate. The correction, that is Signs at the plate. That one is going to get away. Runner from first advances to second. Swing and a miss. 2 away. There's Revy at the plate. Fouls that one off, 0-1. It's Bobby Revy. Leg lift and the pitch. Look out. That'll get by him. Runner on base is going to advance. Runner on third now. Outside, 2-1. And this is lifted in the air. That'll drop in the infield grass. Throw to first, they get the out. So relatively painless top of the sixth. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth, a 9-2 Bellingham lead on HCAM. We are ready to continue on into the bottom of the sixth inning. And this will be the final 3 outs for Hopkinton due to the time limit rule. least we would imagine it would. And it's going to be a bunt to start things off, but it's foul. Benetich back on the mound for Bellingham. He's done a nice job. Is Harry at the plate? There's a strike. 1-2. Inside, 2-2. Inside, full count. Strike 3, one away. We'll go to the top of the order. Patil stepping to the plate. Tries the bunt. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. There's strike 3, 2 away. Oh, he's going to run down to first. It got away. Will he make it? Yes. So that is a big boost there for Hopkinton as Patil is aboard. So erase that second out. So he advances on the strikeout, on the error by the catcher. Now you got Lombardi at the plate. Owen Lombardi. The 0-1. Fouled into the backstop, 0-2. There's a ball, 1-2. Swing and a miss. What a pitch that was. 2 away. And here is Dylan Nemi, dangerous hitter. 0 for 2 so far on the day. A little high. A little high there. 2-0. Gets a piece of this one, and that is going to drop into right field. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. We'll see how aggressive Hopkinton will be at sending these runners with 2 outs. Henry Bransfield set to step to the plate. Bransfield's had a pretty good day at the plate. He scored a run and drew a walk. There's a strike. Up the first base side, and it is going to get away from everybody, and everybody's going to be safe. So that is going to load up the bases for Hopkinton. Yeah, the first baseman just had trouble picking up the ball. And what do we have going here? This team is known for their comebacks. Could we have another one? Eli Marshall at the plate. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Up high. 2 outs in the inning. Bases loaded. There's a strike. And this is hit in the air. And that is a fair ball. So another base hit for Eli Marshall. And he drives in a run. And it's now runners on first and third. And a 9-3 game. Here's a strike. This is Danny Whalen at the plate. Or correction, actually 2 runs scored there. A 9-4 game. So a 2 RBI hit. And now they got the runner at third and a pickle. The tag. And they call him safe. So it's now runners. So they got the runner on third base. Fouled away. Oh, they sent that other runner home, so wow. They try to get the runner off of second base. He got intentionally caught in the pickle. And then when they threw over to second, the runner from third went home and scored, so it's 9-5. Hit in the air, right side, and it's dropped in foul territory. So Bellingham having a little bit of trouble trying to close out this game. Count at the plate is 0-2. It looks like they're checking on the outfielder who dropped that ball. It appears he's okay, which is good to see. So Bransfield set to step back in. 0-2 the count. Hit in the air, right side foul. Runner on third still for Hopkinton. And he went. And that's going to do it. Well, a good comeback effort by Hopkinton, but a little too much to try to overcome here tonight. And the final score is going to be Hopkinton 5, Bellingham 9. We thank you for watching Hopkinton Fall Babe Ruth Baseball and HCAM. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.